Hello, good morning, welcome to Rangers Radio and this Old Firm Matchday build-up. Join myself up here on the show is my mucker. Albert, how we doing, mate?
I'm good, pal, how are you?
Aye, mate, I've got the team for you. You listening?
Go for it.
McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Bassey, Barisic, Lundstrom, Davis, Arfield, Aribo, Kent and Fashion Jr. Thoughts, substitutes, McLaughlin, King, Jack, Kamara, Sands, Lowry, Ahmed, Itten and Wright.
Big Itten on the bench.
Aye.
So that's all right. That's okay, mate. It's about the best we could do, isn't it? We've got to, all things considered, it's about the best we can do, you know what I mean? We've got to take everything into consideration here.
A lot of people wanted Arfield and Davis to start, yeah?
Aye. You can understand why, mate. It's his experience, isn't it? You're definitely needing the experience, but it's just part of the season. It's all a juggling act, and it's all management strategies, and it's just our squad and our injuries has caught up with us, you know what I mean? The depth of our squad and our injuries have caught up with us, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's because they've all happened pretty much in the same position, mate? The sort of Hadji front, Hadji forward, Hadji Roof, Morelos and Ramsey, yeah?
It's just unfortunate, isn't it? If it was spread out a bit, you don't want injuries, don't get me wrong, you don't want injuries or suspensions, but if it was spread out throughout the team, it would have been better. But you've got to play the hand you've been given, you know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. We're still at the business end of the season, we're still having a successful season, so there's nothing to really complain about, is there? So,
how do you see that set up then? Back four, Lundstrom and Davis in front of them. Arfield, Kent and Fashion either side. Yep. Arfield and then Fashion up top, or do you go with...
I've got a feeling it's going to be Aribo through the middle.
Watching the game he was the best at holding the ball, wasn't he?
Definitely. Gave us an out. Without him there, whenever they're out on Thursday night, nothing at all. There was absolutely nothing up front. So I think he's well at the day. He can drop back deep when he needs to drop back deep, but we'll have to weather a storm. We know what they're going to be like, you know what I mean? Like rabid ducks, you know what I mean? Running about crazy. We know all that. There's not going to be nothing new today. So we can weather that, get a foothold in the game, and then we can push the big man up front and then start causing them problems, because let's be honest about it, their midfield and their defence, in fact, their whole team's crap. I just don't rate their team at all. I'm sorry, I just don't. So you can get at them, but you need to weather the stupid running about crazy, banging into people. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a dirty game today for some odd reason. I really do think they're going to start sticking about in the day. So we need to be wary of that.
Their teams: Hart, Ralston, Vickers, Starfelt, Taylor, McGregor, Hahati, O'Reilly, Jota, Maeda and Kyogo, yeah? Whatever that means, right? So what is that? 3 of January signings come in when they moved the fixtures, so it suit everybody? Oh, it didn't suit everybody, did it? All right, carry on. Albert.
I mean, that team you read earlier, most of them are strangers to me anyway, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell, there are no households named in this house anyway. I don't know, I don't bother with them, I don't watch them. The only time I watch them was against the Rangers, and what I've seen is a garbage, absolute garbage. My mate watches them and he tells me a lot about them, but I don't watch them. I can't. I watch Rangers, that's what I do. I'm a Rangers supporter and that's what I do. I watch Rangers. I'm only interested in Rangers.
That's a great point you make, because there'll be strangers to a lot of the people. It's the game of the day, because this is the only game they turn up for.
Oh, well, they're all there to see the Rangers. I mean, the tap deck gets opened today for the Rangers, you know what I mean? And it's good that they've got a big stadium like that. It lets more of them see the Rangers that want to see the Rangers, you know what I mean? So that's quite good. So I'm expecting it to be full, because it's always full no matter where we go. And we fill stadiums, that's what we do.
Good points, well moved. Right, we'll get these phone lines opened, eh?
All right, can't wait, mate, can't wait.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, it's interesting. I don't see our system changing now that I've looked at it. I see what you're saying. I think you're right. I think it'll be the back four, And it'll be Davis and Lundstrom in front of him, with Arfield, Sakhalin and Kent either side, and Aribo up top, mate, yeah?
Yep. I think they'll start that way, with instruction to Aribo that play deep for the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I mean, you get them an hour anyway, they just burn out anyway. They're empty shells after an hour. We proved that in the cup final, you know what I mean? There was nothing there, absolutely nothing there. So they'll be out with their usual charging about, trying to make a point. If we weather that, we're home and dry, mate. Home and dry. There's nothing there. There's nothing to fear for them. Absolutely nothing. Is that Rodic playing? Did I see you say that Rodic was playing?
No.
Right. That's a good move, because he's the one that makes them tick. There's no doubt about that. You've seen that 2 games that I've watched with him playing. He does make them tick. I did rate him. I've always rated him. I hate saying it about one of their players, but I've always rated him. He always, right back to when Warburton was there as well, he always makes them tick. Him and if you get McGregor running towards his own goal, he's just an empty shot if you get him to run with his own goal. So that's what you try to do. Put somebody on him, get him turned, and that's it. The rest of them are they're bang average players, bang average, mate.
Yeah. Listen, if we play, we win this game, yeah? But listen, it's not our biggest game this week, and it's not our biggest game next week, albeit bizarrely, yeah?
No, it's good to get a wee team to warm you up for the big occasion, you know what I mean? It really is. It worked out well for us that way.
Yeah. So. Talking about big people, we couldn't find anybody, but we joined the Andy Feelings. How are we doing, Andy?
Good morning, guys. Listen, I'm quite happy with that team, with what we've got there at pit, like, you know. I think that team can do all right. We get stuck into them, carry it on from the semi there, and see where it goes. I'm glad to see Davis in, as you know what I think about him. So he could be the steadying influence that we need. So let's get it on and let's see where we go.
Did anybody think McLaughlin might start, Andy?
Yes, I did. Did I not say that through the week? Can't remember now, but yeah, I thought he might have started. I might have saved.
Don't take this the wrong way. I don't listen to you.
Well, most people don't. No, I'm quite happy. It's strong enough. People saying, get a few of them drafted and arrested. Sorry, not drafted. No, I'm quite happy. That to me shows that he wants to still try and win this game. In my opinion, with what he's got to pick. So I'm feeling it. It's good. I kind of calm yesterday, but we start playing them, and it's short of an hour away now. You start getting the battle fever on, don't you? I do agree with Albert. I'm the same as him. I don't watch anybody else at Rangers. So you're in my camp there.
How did you feel this morning compared to Thursday morning?
Well, for me, I never ever like it, because we never like getting beat at them, and I want to do them. I don't care whether we're 10 in front or 10 behind. It's always the biggest game for me. We have to beat them. I don't like the feeling, like many of us don't, if we don't win against them. They don't sit well with me. I think it might be, you might not feel as bad if West Company was today, knowing that we've got a massive, massive game there on Thursday. But I want these. I really do. I mean, we've got a big family do later on, so I don't want to be going with no result, or I'm going to have a big, my face is going to be tripping myself later. But no, I've got a feeling, I think it'll be a draw. I think we're going to go out here, and do with this, last league game. So we want to go out. We don't want to be going out with them, having one orders, if you get what I mean. But come on, we can do this. It's a very good team for what he's got there. I'm quite happy with that. Davis. Jack, is he on the bench?
He's on the bench, mate. I'll give you the team for, yeah. McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Massey, Barisic, Lundstrom, Davis, Arfield, Aribo, Kent, Fashion Jr. Substitutes: McLaughlin, King, Jack, Kamara, Sands, Lowry, Ahmed, Itten, and Wright.
Itten. Right, okay. I suppose.
I don't know if you've read some of the articles the last few days, Andy, about Itten, the mystery illness. That obviously we'd heard it was COVID, but it might not have been. But he said they're saying mystery. And Gio said that that's the reason he's not been in his plans. So you never know. People can have a second bite of the cherry and see where it takes them, mate, yeah?
Well, it can't happen that late enough. I mean, see at the start of the season, he reminds me of playing Real Madrid and all that in a couple of games we had. He scored goals, didn't he? He is the only striker we've got available at the moment, isn't he? So, like you say, you never know. Listen, if he comes on and scores a winner, he'll be great, won't he? Come on, we can do this. Come on, it's there. You know what I mean? Let's get them sorted. That's all I want to see Rangers do. Go out and put in a performance. We can't go up there and perform like we performed the last time. Don't forget anything would accept that, would we?
No, there was a big learning curve, and obviously that's the game. It's come back to haunt us, really, because that's if we win that, but obviously there's a 6-point swing and we're sitting even this new, and the game at Ibrox, Albert, which I think we should have won, really. The
one at Ibrox we definitely should have won. There's no doubt about that one. The one up there, well, no, we shouldn't have won that.
We deserved, didn't we?
We didn't turn up, mate. As simple as that. We didn't turn up and they ran out of the tapirs. That's the lesson learned. If you're not up for it, that's exactly what they're going to do for you, because their hatred runs that deep for us. So, but the one at Ibrox, I mean, that was just lack of quality in the final third of the party. But they just settled in and took a wee bit more time to deliver the ball, and I think we would have beat them no bother at Ibrox, but we didn't. But we rectified that in the cup final. So it shows they're there to be taken, guys. They're there to be taken. There's weaknesses all over their team. I mean, they think they're indestructible. They think they're unbeatable, but they're not. They're absolutely beatable. Very much so. How they're actually ahead of us in the league is amazing to me. I just can't believe it. But there it is to be seen. And you're going to think to yourself, what if only, that nonsense. But to get back to Big Hitton, by the way, I mean, I need to apologise, big guys. I wrote the big guy off, but I didn't know he did illness like that. No, I mean, it's a shame for the man. It really is. He's had a torrid 2.5 years with us, I mean, however long he's been with us, because through COVID, practically self-staying himself, I mean, and then he's got the illness on top of that. So, fair play to the big man. I hope he fights back and proves me wrong anyway for my big move, writing him off like that.
Here. We've joined by Kenny. Morning, Kenny.
Morning, Ox. Morning, Albert, Andy. How you all doing? I quitted McLaughlin's one goal today, actually. I thought he was outstanding in the semi. He comes out for cross balls and all right, and they'll put a lot of high balls in against us today, I felt McLaughlin should win this team. Maybe one or two other
balls, will they put high balls in with that forward line, mate?
I've not even seen their team yet, by the way. I'm not interested in their team.
The big centre forwards now playing. They'll get Maida and Kyogo up front.
All right,
aye.
Right. Well, fair enough,
But John McLaughlin comes off his line more than Allen, yeah?
Aye, I know. I'd like to see McLaughlin on, maybe one or two of the young boys, To me, it's all about further eight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm all for him. I mean, I'm not really that up for this game. It's all about Thursday night for me,
I know, but when you turn that telly on and the teams come out the tunnel, Kenny, I think you might feel differently.
Oh, don't worry, the adrenaline will be gone, you know what I mean? But it's all about Thursday night for me, And today, if you take something for the game, brilliant, you know what I mean? But Albert's right. I mean, they're an bang average side. And, I mean, we're a far fitter team, And hopefully today we can get a good result with Parkage, you know what I mean? But, as I say, it's all for Ken's goal, man. I'm just, I can't wait for Thursday night.
Aye, but before we get to Thursday, Andy, we need to get this out of the way. And
you know my feelings. I'm not bothered about Thursday night. I'm bothered about a day, what we do in this 90 minutes, and then I'll worry about Thursday night. Then I'll get as pumped as everybody else out there. But no, for me, my psyche and the way I've been brought up, no, I don't want to lose to them at nothing. It's been great watching the wee teams pumping this mob, along the way. So let's let the big team finish it off today. We're giving them a hard time at all different levels at the minute, aren't we? So big team needs to take that on for me, and then come Monday, we'll get ready for that later enough. I mean, Chris, the way we were feeling last week, I think it's going to be more manic this week, isn't it? It's a great. It also sets down a marker. Common sense is right. we've lost the league, we'll sell, right? But if we get a result here today, it sets the momentum up for last season.
You never know.
When next season comes up. No, you never know, but when next season comes up and we've got a win behind them and you beat them up there, it's in their minds, you know what I mean? Because that's the way it is with us and them, you know. So, come on, let's get a good result here today. Really get stuck in them. Prove, put it right for what happened the last time we were up there. That's what I'm looking for today.
Aye. Pride.
What I did notice that happened, sorry, Alex, their Japanese so-called brilliant players were barely out of the game at Hampden a couple of weeks ago there, you know what I mean? And if this J-League was so great, there'd be more teams getting into it, you know. And I think especially next season they will be fun at it, you know. The physicality of our league, I just think they'll be barely out of the game. I seen at Hampden a couple of weeks ago with them, you know what I mean? To me, they're not the sort of specimen athlete that we've got in this country, you know. Looking at that game, I've watched it so many times over, you know, and I can see that coming for them next season. If they're going to rely on this Japanese contingent coming in.
Albert?
I want to beat them today because basically we're the form team. We want to keep our run and our form going because we are in form at the moment. Make no mistake about it. We are in form, so we need to keep that going today and then taking into Thursday. So it does mean something today. I'm not just writing this game off and saying, "Oh no, I do want to win this game." There's no doubt about it. And I think we can win the game, but we need to keep the momentum going. We can't let our standards drop. We need to show this mob that we're not here to be messed about. We've done it in the semi-finals, and we do it again today. I want a good, solid performance. That will get cheating beaten. Remember, that's one of the big drawbacks.
Is that a referee element, you know?
Do you think Big John will get a warm welcome, Albert?
Oh, I hope so. They don't like competition, no. I mean, you know, like they are with competition. They crumble and they fall and they greet and they moan and shout foul at every tackle, every time they get challenged. That's no fair. You know, like they are. But, I think Big John's got a reputation to do. They're running scared of the big man. They really are running scared of him. Big Bad John.
Who would have thought it at Christmas time, Andy?
Oh, well, he was out the door, wasn't he? You know, but I seen a piece there, right, actually saying that it was never in his psyche, though. That he wasn't going to let that happen. He wanted to stay and prove himself. And he certainly kicked my balls, didn't he? In the last few games, I mean, geez, I wouldn't even call him Big John. I called him the Scouts guy. But no, he's certainly proved me that. And I think Jack's been instrumental in getting him there. And like I said the other day there, he's just suddenly got it. You know what I mean? And long way to continue. I'm kind of worried about it because see where he stuck that performance in the semis there. That from day one after that, they just kept moaning about him and. You know what they like up there. They get the referee to their beating and all that, thinking about it. If it comes in with some of them tackles, you know what could happen, don't you?
Oh, that's what I was going to say there.
We all know what their game is.
Kenny, just wait till you hear your name, mate. Wait till you hear your name. It's no hard.
That's all right. I'm done.
Kenny?
I'm one of the biggest critics. The times I was on the show leading up to Christmas, New Year, you know, but God, I've had to eat humble pie with that guy. You know, I think he's turned into everything a Rangers player we want on the park, you know. It really has, you know, turned me on his side, you know, and he could be instrumental again today, hopefully, you know what I mean? But it's, as you say, I mean, I totally agree with Obi. I mean, they're an average side, you know what I mean? It's what the hunger and desire is with us today, knowing what's ahead later in the week, you know. I'd love to win this game today. I really would love to win. I want to beat them at Tiddlywinks with Audi, you know. But the bigger fish for me is Thursday night, you know. And I don't want to come out the game with any injuries anymore. That's a big concern to me.
I know, but you can't wrap all the players up in Cotterville, can you?
I know.
You know. And
well, this is the part of the season. This is the part of the season we all wanted to be at. So you've got to get the players on the park. You can't get to this part of the season and then start thinking them on cotton wool and putting them away and try to keep them safe. You've got to put them out and expose them to this game and the next game and the next game and so on to the end of the season. Because this is the end. This is the bit of the season that you really want them to turn up and show what they've got. There's no point in picking and choosing games. You've just got to go for it.
We've got, after the day, mate, we've got maximum 5 games left, mate. Maximum, yeah.
That's it. It's an all. It's everything in now. It's all in. It's all in with your effort. It's all in with everything. And it's that medical team that you get all in as well. Because I don't believe that some of these players that are out, no Hajim or Helland or anything like that, but I'm talking about Ramsey and Roof and players like that are that injured they have to be out for fortnights, missing 2 and 3 games at a time at this period in the season. I mean, you can take painkillers.
Kenny, wait till you hear your name. It's no difficult. Write it on your horn if you can't remember it. Carry on, old bear.
So as far as I'm concerned, we're all in. I mean, I know all the supporters are in. We're all in. We're always all in. But you need to look at the medical staff and say, you're all in here. I mean, you need to take your Florence Nightingale uniform off now and again and say, right, come on, they're a jag, go out and play. There's not that much wrong with you. I don't believe that these players...
I don't think that happens in modern football, mate. I don't.
Well, it's time some of them grew up here and said, look, I'm playing.
I'm fit.
I'm fit.
Mm-hmm. Aye, but we'll see what it takes us. Davis playing, Kenny, you glad to see that?
I am glad to see Davis Sudden there, actually. You know, he gives us that bit in midfield, even great on the ball and when the kill heat. Aye, I'm glad he's in there today. But just get back to the point with Roof, Albert. Roof, this has been the problem with the Roof. Any club, even before Rangers, a few games, if you get back to, you see flags for Leeds United talking about him and all that, a few games he's injured, it's been all through his career, you know what I mean? This is nothing new with Roof, you know what I mean? And then for Ramsey, well, we still can't get he's doing that one why we signed him, because he was so injury prone, you know. You can't afford passengers on the team. When it goes up to the close season, I'd be looking to, as much as I like Roof, as I think he's an intelligent player and that, but I would be looking to move on. You know, he's injured too often, you know. And there's no guarantees he's going to be fit for Thursday night.
Does it make it difficult to get rid? Will it make it difficult to get rid of him if people come on a Rangers radio show and say that he's injury prone? Does that make it harder for us to sell him?
I don't right. But it's no way he just knows that one, surely. You know what I mean? That's the problem with the guy. You know, he's too injury prone. He's intelligent and he's on the park and his movement's good and everything else. He's no alpha, he can hold the ball up the way he does. But no, he's just too injury prone. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
A lot of games. Andy Aribo, I think he'll be playing up top. I agree with Albert. I think he'll be the if you like, the number 9. He'll be the guy who'll be tasked with holding the ball and making things happen.
Yeah, on Aribo, I've always said, I don't know if you remember, I don't think he turns up in any of them games. What you could say, really, what we know he can do. So again, you know, he's got another shot if that's where he's going to play. Get out there and pose yourself on these games, you know, because these games, they pass you by pretty quickly. So he needs to sort of come on to his game. Just do what he can do. Everybody knows he's a great player. The gangly legs and all that, and the way he holds the ball and gets through them. So I'm looking for a big game out of him. I don't think he's done anything since he come back from that African Cup there, to be honest with you. Little bits and bursts, but he's too good not to be performing, you know. He could be pivotal today. You know, Davis finding him as well, you know.
He could be pivotal this week, Albert.
Definitely, mate. So could Davis, by the way. I've just got a feeling about Davis going to have a huge end of the season. I really do. I can see the wee man just doing something spectacular. The thing about wee Davis is, I think you could con him, but I think you could con him by pushing Davis forward as well into his natural position. He's not a natural holding midfielder. I mean, when he came to us at first, he was a natural midfielder further forward, know what I mean? Linking up, playing things like that. I think there's a wee con to be had here with this game and the game on Thursday of putting a wee man on and but pushing him that bit forward. I don't know what you think about
I don't think that's his position anymore, Albert.
I know it's not his position now, but I think that is his natural position.
Aye, but you used to do a lot of positions when you were younger. You can't do now, Andy.
Oh no, well I used to have the Kama Sutra. I've not got that anymore. I've been where I've got now.
I'll tell you what, Albert, right? My missus sorted me out in Benidorm. I won't be doing it anymore for a long time, that's for sure. No, listen, for me, Davis would be, you know what I said there the other night, he would be in my team, especially in these remaining 5 games if we're to get them. And as Albert just said there, he could be the key that unlocks. I mean, for me, he'll start on Thursday, but I don't think Gio wants to put him in the team. He knows he's on the way out, and I just don't. I mean, that to me is criminal, because we've got 2 matches. Hopefully, we've got another final go along with the Scottish Cup final, and they're 2 massive finals. I want to see Rangers win both of them. But Davis, for me, he would kind of, I would pick him in every game we start it now.
Right, okay, so you would split up the Jack Lundstrom combination, would you?
No, I'd have all 3 of them, man.
How are you going to play that then?
Oh, well, I'd have Davis slightly behind Lumsden and Jack in front of the back, in front of our back four. Try something outside the box, like, I just think it could work. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like it's what we're going for here. I know, you go with these permutations, these 4-3-1s and all that. That totally baffles me. I just see
I know it's too complicated for you, isn't it?
It's too complicated for me. I just see 3 midfielders getting stuck into them.
Yes,
so Jack, I think the Jack and Lundstrom partnership break itself up, because I don't think Jack can play 2 games in the trot. I don't think it's an argument anymore. He'll not be playing today, but he'll be playing on Thursday.
I don't think Jack's been at his best, but he's gave us everything he's got. See, on Thursday, mate, the ground that boy covered,
Absolutely, mate, absolutely.
Aye, but he just occasionally he gave the ball away cheaply, but listen, it's an easy game when you're watching, Kenny, innit?
Oh, aye. Lundstrom and Davis, to me, doesn't work. We tried it at the start of the season. There's too much I like, it wasn't working, No, I wouldn't be playing. I'd play Davis today, Andy, but I would be looking to have Jack back in the team for Thursday, for the bigger game, No, it doesn't work. Maybe it's sort of sentimental value today with Gio playing him, starting him today. It probably will be his last game against him in their pigsty, and hopefully he goes out with a win. But no, I wouldn't play him on Thursday, no way. His legs are no there.
I don't think Gio's played him for sentiment today. I think he's played him because of Thursday. Andy?
Yeah, same as. I mean, like you said with Jack there, I said the same thing to Shuggs there the other day. Like, I mean, he hasn't been great the last few games, but the ground he covers, like it's a thankless task that he does there. And unfortunately, at times when we do lose a goal, it tends to come when he's not off covering all them areas. If you look at it, kind of we're in the game over, it's nothing each. And then unfortunately, when he goes off, something like, he could have stopped but won the goal right enough. Having said that, it was a mile offside right enough. But we don't moan about that. We get on with the job on Thursday, don't we? But yeah, for me, there's something I said on the Rangers WhatsApp as well for the weeks. He don't look right to me, doesn't Jack? I think he is playing with a slight injury or something there. He had them 3 good games where he come back and he was brilliant. He was driving the team on, but since then he's been not really in it. But it's the ground he covers, and you have to have your water carriers or whatever you want to call them that do then the dirty side of the game to keep you in it.
Well, I'm not saying he's playing. I'm not saying he's been playing bad, Albert. What I'm saying is he's not been just reached the heights that we know he can. Yeah, if that's fair.
He's the amount of football. I don't think a boy's body can handle it anymore. I just don't think he can do it. When he is good and he's fit, he's very good. But when you're putting him out 2 and 3 and 4 games, maybe in a 15-day period or whatever, I don't think he can do that. I simply don't think he can do it. I think he wants to do it, but I don't think he can do it physically. I think that's his problem. And you need to look at this for this stupid World Cup next year as well. So that will need to be looked into as well, because if Scotland get there, and he wants to play in it, you've got to look at that and say, well, he'll be a total wreck by the time he comes back to Rangers. You can't build a team around him. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, the back four pick itself, or would anybody Balogun suspended, so it did pick itself, really, didn't it, Andy?
Yeah. Well, the back four, that's, I think we said all through the week, after the European game, that's what we thought he'd go with. So you get that. Like I say, well, what he's got, I think it's a good team. I think that team can give this mob a go. It's just whether, which I hope they know, it's just whether some of them got their mind on Thursday. Will they get stuck into the tackle? Because at the end of the day, let's be honest here, some of them are going to think, I don't want to miss that semi-final, aren't they? So you've got that mind psyche as well that could arise, which, if we do that, then we'll get into trouble. We must go out there 100 mile an hour. Listen, we played against them, we got stuck in them in the semi-final. We've proved that we can do that now. So a lot of Rangers fans, myself included out there, will expect us, if they're going to start messing about, then we're going to start gaining them back. I'll certainly be expecting it now and then games. We proved we can do that now.
Aye, well, you need to be physical in all games of football, Kenny, you know what I mean?
Oh, aye. That's why, at last we've found that midfielder Lundstrom, the say for the last couple of years, Rangers lacked that sort of box-to-box, hard tackling midfielder. They were going at Lundstrom, despite his pure start for the club, you know what I mean? But I still would have played McLaughlin in goal today, And I love Alan McGregor, he's been a great servant, but I just felt in that semi a couple of weeks ago, McLaughlin was outstanding. And he's great with the ball at his feet and everything else, That was the only change I would have made. Back 4 or 5, whatever, midfield. Aye. And another thing, they need to come out today and not start the way they did the last time at Parkhead, let them dominate. You've got to try and take the game to them today, you know what I mean? Because they will come out or up mob behind them, That's what I want to see, Rangers taking the game to them. And hopefully Ryan Kent gets a lot of the ball in on form, and you know what I mean? Yep. Another thing as well, I said 6 weeks ago in here, I was talking about this false line, I think Port was on that night, and I suggested trying Kent through the middle, and Port to be a little bit of evil, and I agreed with him, I think it's quite a good one, that,
I don't listen to you.
No choice.
There's any chance I listen to you? I don't see Kent through the middle. Honestly, Kenny, I don't think he's good in where all the legs are. I think when you get the best out of Kent, he's wide, either cutting on the side or making things happen.
Aye, so it was that suggestion at the time, but Port can back you a better man than an evil eyes. Well, we're doing it that bare bones, so it's worth a go, you know what I mean? But a lot of times, Rebels, to me, he disappoints me a bit in the Old Firm games, He doesn't show his full potential, We were all delighted when he came back for the African Nations Cup and he was ready to be back to play him. But it's not happened for him, you know what I mean?
No, but he's in a different position. He's maybe not in the Indian room. Or bizarrely, I've got the old bit of this. You could think he could use the same shape as he used on Thursday in the first half. Yeah.
Aye, definitely, mate. Definitely.
So that would be Lundstrom dropping in, and then Aribo, Arfield, and Davis with Sakala and Kent. So it would be a 4, or maybe a 5, really, or a 3, whatever way you want to say it, with the two fullbacks, with Lundstrom sitting between them. Do you think he'll go like that again?
I think so, mate. I think what he's going to try and do is take a sting out of them. Because them, they're only a newer team. The first 20 minutes, obviously, any game's important, but they're only an hour. They'll only last an hour and then they'll blow out. That's what they always do. So I think they'll try and take the steam right out of them. And it makes more sense. If you play them properly, you'll handle them. No bother. If you try to go toe-to-toe with that charging about the park nonsense, well, you're just opening yourself up to be for their game. Don't play them at their own game. Play them at your game. Play our game, what we play, not what they play. And if they want to charge about, give them no space to charge about in. And you'll see them how average they really are. That Baldy trumpet up front, who should be drug tested before he goes on a park. There's something wrong with that guy.
Aye. puts a shift in, doesn't he? He puts a shift in. With very
good grief. Thank God he's not a football player, by the way, because he puts the effort in that every fan thinks that all players should put in, by the way. Every professional football player should put in. Good grief, man. That guy charges about something mental, doesn't he? He really does. But there you go. I think, as I said, play our game, not their game. We can control them. They think they're just going to run out of the tap the other day. They've got in their head they're a brilliant team, revenge, and they've got a point to prove. The only point they've got to prove is they can just play football. You just can't. So we control them. There'll be no danger, guys. No danger. Keep the heat, cool heads, watch what we're doing, pick them off, up the road with the 3 points.
Andy, you got a better one?
Yeah. 3-0, 3-1, 3-2.
Okay.
Obviously for the Rangers.
Yeah,
but I think it ranged. It wasn't great, I think it ranged from 18 to 33 to 1. I thought they got a wee bit bigger for that. 5 goals in a game, right enough, in an Old Firm game. I think it was 20 odd to 1, 28 to 1. I think it was. So I just put £3 on each of them. If it comes in, it comes in. I'm just too crazy bets, don't I? Over the season, I think I'll works out even. So come in sometimes, don't they?
Aye. We know when it comes in, we don't see you for 4 days.
Everybody can hear me jingling coming down the street, that's for sure.
I don't know if it's jingling, it's more a rattling sound you hear.
Yeah. Well, I can honestly say when they do come in, I'm in a different place, put it that way.
Kenny, how do you see it panning out?
Well, optimistic as usual when it comes to Rangers. I'm going to go for a 2-1 odds.
All right, okay.
2-1, but they've got to keep it tight in the first 20 minutes. No risk letting them come on, you know what I mean? We've done the last time when we went to that place. Take the game to them. You know what I mean? One other thing I just like to, there's no win. We seem to play better when we're playing twice a week, Over the last few years, you've noticed that, very few games that come back to Europe. We've not played really well, especially coming up against them. They've had a week to think about this game again. Same as lead up to the semi-final, So we know what happened there 2 weeks ago. So I am optimistic, but they're going to, Albert right when he says, play our game, you know what I mean? Don't let them dictate, they are an average side. They might not get funny this season. It might be too late for us. But next season, that Japanese contingent will be funny.
We'll see where it goes, mate. We know if it doesn't pan out, we know what we've done. We know we've let ourselves down in certain league games, but you can't turn the clock back. You've got to look forward.
No, you can't, Ox, you know what I mean? At the start of the season, right, if somebody said to me, right, you're not going to win the league, but you're going to be in the Scottish Cup final, and you're going to play a second leg, a European Cup, and you're only one nothing doing, I would have bet your honour for it. You can win the league any time.
Yeah, there's a lot of people thinking that. I mean, obviously, me and Albert will see it again, but I don't know if Andy will ever see us in the semi-final.
That's what I love about you, Ox. It's that endearment that you've got towards me. It's brilliant. Just keeps me going later. I better start getting a box measured up in a bit. I know. Listen, at the end of the day, I get what Kenny's saying, right, but no, I don't sit well with one league in all these years. I know a lot of them will.
That could change, mate. If that becomes one league, one Scottish Cup, and one Europa League championship, you never know.
Well, yeah, it could happen. Like I say, the thing is, if Rangers get a result 8 a day, I mean, how many games is left in the league after today?
3.
So who have we got in the next 3 games?
I'm not looking by the day on Thursday, mate. I know the fixtures, but I'm not looking by the day on Thursday.
We've got a harder running.
Yeah,
well, put it this way, Andy. Put it this way: the top 5 teams that we play in the top 6 have all 2 points off us. Put it that way.
Yeah. Well, like it's about getting if we can get the game done today and get a result, and it's down to 3 points. Strange things happen. We nobody thought we were going to win
after that,
Sunday.
Home to Ross County, home to Dundee United, and then away to Hearts. Yeah.
Right. So they must have Hearts away next week after today, then, eh?
I think they play Hearts at home, mate.
At home. Right. Okay. All right. Anyway, like you said, don't worry about what's going on for us. We'll just get on top of this game today and get the result, and then we'll see what happens. Eh? And it's on to Thursday, isn't it?
All right, it's over to Albert for the last word.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, today is no problem. If we keep our cool, play our game, let them burn themselves out, take over, win the game 2-0, up the road. That's what will happen. That's what will happen today, lads.
Well,
I hope you're right, Albert.
He's a very wise man, is your Albert. Listen, Kenny, thanks for joining us, mate. Always a pleasure.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, right?
No bother.
See you later, guys. Talk later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Andy, always a good laugh, mate.
Brilliant. Yeah, great. Just have a great day. Hopefully we get a result and I'll catch you all later.
And the one and only Albert for joining us. And of course, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating a Rangers victory. Take it away, Old School Blue.
They say the stay that I must